Over the next 10 days, they truly will be the Road Warriors. Beginning of a 6-game trip starting with the best team in the NBA, the defending world champion Oklahoma City Thunder, yet to lose at home. Steph Curry from Draymond to open the scoring. AJ out of the corner, and I'll tell you what, AJ Mitchell hitting that 3 years at UC Santa Barbara, Chet Holmgren. So skilled, so long. Look at that. That's the pivot game of a little man, and then the length of a long man to finish. Holmgren can hit that 3 at 33%. Gets to the mid-range.
He was working on all that before the game. I was watching his pregame warm-up.
Minga getting to a mid-range and putting it up and in, and for JK, that's got to feel good. Wallace, that pass taken away by Butler, looking for friends. Went post running, but Kuminga beat him there to catch it and lay it in.
Oh, you love that action. Get out and run, easy buckets, perfect.
Holmgren for 3, and Chet Holmgren 3 for 3, and 7 points to begin.
Steph comes off of this and knocks down a 3, moving without the ball, perfect screen. But we've seen him over the years miss a few games. I mean, when he comes back, it's like he never left. If SGA knocks down a 3.
Steph cutting and flipping it up and in. Nice pass, Kuminga.
That is way too good, way too much movement. It's tiring.
Hartenstein dunking it down, and Steve Kerr's going to take a timeout. The Thunder, 6 of 8, lethal efficiency. Well-designed play becomes a Quinton Post 3. Curry backdoor cut, and Holmgren says no. Buddy, these are the passes you can't have. Steve Kerr just put his hands in his head. That cannot happen. You will not beat the best team in the NBA with that. It becomes a 3-point play opportunity, the blocking foul, and the free throw coming. And Buddy knocked it away from Isaiah Joe. He got it back, and he took it away. Butler in on Shea, lays it up and in. He draws a foul. Wow. Dembski trying to get to a spot. That's a pretty tough shot that he banked in. He had it all the way.
Wow.
Steve Kerr just had a great reaction to the bench.
Fist pumped.
Grace played Shea well. Hey, make him earn it.
Yeah.
He's that good. That spin move. Shea finding Caruso.
That was a moon ball. Tons of arc on it for 3. Mitchell right through the defense, plus the foul. Podziemski's going to get called for the block.
Down 3 to down 9 in 6 seconds. And Moody says, I made that 3.
I'm going to get that
before
back.
The clock went off. Come on.
Give me that back.
Caruso bottoms the 3. Holmgren right to the rim. And Steve Kerr's got to stop it. And Jang bottoming a 3. Make it 7 of 11.
Wow.
AJ Mitchell down the lane. Kuminga says no. And Butler running with friends. JK down the lane. Soaring in to lay it up and in. What a beautiful move there. Russo cutting back door.
See, that's what they do with Hartenstein. They can just give it to him and initiate the movement.
They find anybody hitting a 3. Will Richard says yes. Throw it to me.
Will Richard has never been afraid a day in his life.
Jalen right down the lane. Jalen Williams putting it up and in. Kuminga saw the rotation. Williams sent him away, but Will Richard, where there's a will, there's a 3 even, twice. I like it. Jalen Williams is now killing the Warriors. And Steve Kerr's going to take a timeout. GP2's first playing time to deal with Shea. 6'6", he's able to shoot over people. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
The patience, he just waited.
Kuminga on Jang, able to get the shot off from the baseline. JK made something out of nothing. You know, if you have a rough shooting night, go grab 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
Go defend and lock somebody down.
There's a lot of things he can do to impact the game.
Shea, softest rim ever. Gilgeous-Alexander down the lane. Holmgren to dunk it down.
The drive was so ferocious, Kuminga had to come off of him.
Podziemski launching, and there drops in a 3.
They changed the ball from side to side there.
Holmgren and Hartenstein, AJ Mitchell, Shea, and Cason Wallace. And Wallace bottoming the 3. You don't clear the defensive glass, this league has a way of punishing you. As Draymond hits the 3. Holmgren has Steph. And finding Hartenstein at the rim.
I was watching him the whole time. He was just fighting with Jimmy Butler.
Hartenstein's everywhere grabbing rebounds. He's got 6 boards and 6 points. And a nice feed to AJ Mitchell to lay it up and in. Well, that figured out. We need to figure out how to get Azubuike on TV.
Well,
Steph plays it up and in.
Well, the problem was I got hurt.
But you do have a game tomorrow against the Spurs, and so you got to manage that based on the bodies. And Holmgren dunking that down. Kuminga lost sight of the ball there. Butler again. Oh, Jimmy, what a play!
Oh, he just lost it there.
Hartenstein dunking it down.
Turnovers are deadly, especially against this team.
Holmgren an open three, and he got it. So you get it down to 16. You feel okay, couple, then boom. Kuminga! Beautiful shovel pass by Draymond. And Draymond will foul Shea, and he puts it up and in. Gilgeous-Alexander, that was just a spectacular finish. Run Holmgren off the line. And Podziemski got there just in time to foul him as he put it up and in. Holmgren, remember, injured against the Warriors a year ago.
That's right at what he averages is Kuminga comes off, gets a little mid-range pull.
Thunder, they're looking to blow you out. They do this all the time. They did it all the time last year. Their way to 68 wins. Holmgren. Chet has been good tonight. Oh, don't jump at Jalen Williams there. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander will get a three. Pass behind Kuminga. Caruso running with friends. Caruso denied. Moses Moody has had some defensive plays. Moody with a three, and Moses is having a game on both ends right now. Podziemski will launch it three, and you play tomorrow night, so any kind of momentum, any kind of feel-good for a lot of different guys can matter. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander comes out of the pack, steps around Will Richard, and lays it up and in.
See how slippery he is and how tight he can drive?
Williams setting up Shea. I'll tell you what, if Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's 35% on threes. If he moves up to 40%, he will be completely unguardable. They're just playing beautiful basketball. Jalen Williams dunking that down. Caruso is such a solid player. A.J. Mitchell on the yank back, and Will Richard foul, and another opportunity for a three-point play.
How do you ball handle it against a guy like GP2 or an Alex Caruso, right? You know what I mean? Like, how do you keep it away from those guys? Bring it up the floor, get comfortable as the Warriors knock down three. Quentin Post is ready.
Pat Spencer getting in the lane to lay it up and in. Thunder, the best team in the NBA. They've hammered everybody.
Yeah.
Where there's a Will, there's a Trey.
There you go.
See? Courtesy of Dub Nation.
I was actually just thinking that. But honestly,
Santos, good footwork.
I'd rather have A.J. Mitchell in the game than Lou Dort.
A.J. Mitchell. And I tell you, Guy Santos is guarding.
Yeah, he dealt with all his hezzies. Didn't work that time.
Pat Spencer for three, and he got it.
That is not an easy shot.
A.J. Mitchell launching a three and dropping it in. Continuing a great three-point night for the Thunder. Pat Spencer. Hey, Pat Spencer, it just gets better and better.
Yo, Pat is talking trash, too.
The lob perfectly thrown from Will Richard to TJD. That's just a good athlete, as you are, too, by the way. Isaiah Joe hitting the three. Azubuike, the best ping pong player I've ever seen in my life.
Couldn't see, though. The lighting was bad. I'm making all the excuses.
TJD, beautiful pass, little tic-tac-toe to Gary Payton.
Put off the gas pedal a little bit defensively, not as intense.
Guy Santos with a steal.
They're forcing
setting up GP2, and he backboard pass for TJD.
Showtime.
Come on now. Arnheiser staying with it. Good play there. Jimmy Butler, 22 minutes. Kuminga played 24 minutes. Guy Santos laying it up and in.
Hey, you talk about some game footwork.
And the Thunder had a magical three-point shooting night from a lot of players. 7 different Thunder players. Pat Spencer missing there, and that will do it. OKC moves to 11-1. The Warriors are 6-6. But not a lot of time to think about it as they'll be heading to San Antonio and deal with